Hi students, in this video I'm going to show you a couple things about Excel, like how you use how you type your text in the cell and get the cell to be the width that you want it to be and fit in information. So I'm going to cover quite a few things. First of all, right here I have some words. I just wrote 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I have it here and it's up here. You can edit up here or you can edit down here. Okay, so I'm in cell A1 and you can see I've got all that typed in A1. When I click in B1, there's nothing there. C1, there's nothing there. D1, there's nothing there. So all of this text is contained in cell A1. And that's where I can edit it. Okay, now if I wanted to make this column wide enough for all of this, I can double click right up here in between the lines. Let me go see, like right here between E and F and G and H. I'm going to go between A and B and just double click, and now it's wide and I'm over here and you can see. Actually, I'm going to put on some borders here so we can see the border lines. Okay. Now, I'm going to undo this just because I don't want it to be like that. Okay. I can also pull this in and you can see now it's crossing over into B, but it's not really in B, it's all in A. So another way I can fit this in here is maybe if I wanted to wrap it. And to wrap text, there's a little icon up here. See my tooltip come up, wrap text. If I double click that, now it took that same text and fit it in there. And I can scroll it out, or roll it out, or bring it back in. Okay, but now I'm missing two words right here, so it goes up to 8. So now to make this one auto fit, to make my rows auto fit, if I just double click, it auto fits. Okay, so let me double click here. That auto fit across the column. I scroll this in and I've got wrap text on, so it's wrapping automatically. And I can double click there and then it will fit it in. So bottom line, if you need to fit something into a cell, you can drag it, or you can auto fit, use auto fit and double click. Now watch this here. When I double click this is only one row, so if I double click here, watch what happens. It auto fit that line. Okay, so that's auto fit. Now there's another thing that you might want to do is, say I want to put each of these on one line, which I wouldn't necessarily in this case want to do that, but I could come up in between. I can be like on the letter T there and press Alt+Enter, 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 and it doesn't look, you can't really see what's going on here. Okay, let's just do that much. Then I clicked outside of there and you can see each of these are on its own separate lines. It's not wrapping text, but instead I've been putting each of these on one line. So let's see a practical way that I might want to do that. So here's an address, a person's name, Alt+Enter, and then I want it to break between the street and Seattle. And let's say I wanted to put the zip code on a line by itself. Okay, now when I click outside of that, you can see it looks all kind of wonky. Click outside of that, and now I've got this to fit. So if you want to start a new line within a cell, if you pressed enter, it wouldn't work. Like if I come here and I'm right here and I press enter, like you normally do to get a new line, it goes to the bottom cell. It goes down a cell. So the enter key kind of moves it around in the worksheet, but Alt+Enter actually starts a new line in there. Okay, so that's another feature that we have. Now I'm going to undo all of this that I've done. And we'll get back to where I was. I'm doing Control Z. Watch what happens when I wrap text here on that address. Do you see that it's now breaking between the word West and Winslow? That isn't the logical place where I want to break that. What I really want to do is click up here and put the street address on its own line and put the city and state on its own line. And now it makes more sense. Okay, so we have AutoFit to help change columns and how things fit. AutoFit on a row. We have wrap text that, like, here's the sentence, and if I want to wrap it, it wrapped it to the next line for me. If I make more room, it will automatically adjust. If I take it and make less room, now it's hidden here, so then I have to auto fit the row, and then it will fit on there. So 3 tools: auto fit, row and column. Wrap text is another feature for getting things on different lines, and Alt+Enter.